Well, welcome back to the Extraordinary Drummer Show. As you know, our dear friend, uh, uh, the legend, the icon, Tony Bennett made his transition, um, and we're all saddened about that. But we'll remember the great music and his great voice. But I'm honored today to have on the show his drummer. Please help me welcome my dear friend, Clayton Cameron.
Tony always had these really great concepts when he was going to do a record, and then just the learning how to play behind him, because he had a certain thing that he was looking for in all these different tracks that we would do, and I just thought his ideas were fantastic. I got a call from his road manager saying, "Hey, Mr. Bennett's looking for a new drummer, and your name has come up. Would you, like to consider working with him?" So I hadn't really heard from Tony in many years in terms of like his career. He had done that Bill Evans record, and that was kind of like the last thing I really knew. And I knew he had done something recent, a tribute to Frank Sinatra with the great Joe LaBarbera playing drums. So anyway, so I accepted, and met Tony on the plane, and we got to talking on the plane, and I reminded him that I met him on the tennis court back in the '80s in Atlantic City. His daughter was taking a tennis lesson in Antonia, and the pro said, "Hey, can you hit with Mr. Bennett?" So I hit some tennis balls with Mr. Bennett, and so after I told him that story, he probably didn't remember, but instead of us going to the gig, when we got off the plane, a limo took us to his San Francisco tennis club that he played at, and we hit with his pro over there. So I was playing tennis with Tony before I played any music.
Clayton, where were you when you heard of his transition?
I woke up this morning about 6 a.m. and a friend of mine had texted me and said it's a sad day. So I texted him immediately back and said, ask if his family was okay. And then I went on social media on my phone, and the first thing that popped up was Tony Bennett had passed. So that was this morning, and so then I immediately got up and I called his wife, Susan Bennett, and left a message of condolences, and I called his son in his office, his RPM office in New York City, and gave my condolences, and so after then I posted just one of my favorite pictures of Tony and myself and me, that someone took, and just posted, and just said rest in peace, and my best to his family. And I didn't realize, but it's been like all day long where, Tony's like touched so many people that just my affiliation with him, I've been getting a lot of calls and messages and emails, that sort of thing. And it's a testament to him, just how great he was and how he touched people.
Clayton, let me say thank you so very much for coming on the Extraordinary Drummer Show in this time and moment. And may I say our condolences from us here at the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. And, my condolences to, Mrs. Susan Bennett, and, Danny Degas, Antonia, and, and Joanna. Almost we got Joanna, and, all the children and the grandchildren. So, they lost a great father, grandfather, husband. So great guy. And I just feel very blessed that I was able to work with him.
Again, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Will you
Take
help us
care.
wave goodbye to everyone?
See you.